some new lows over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from.
Sylvester Stallone is now having the last laugh because everything he once said about Jimmy Kimmel's attitude on air is finally coming true, and it's hitting Kimmel really hard. Stallone had warned that showing open disrespect toward celebrities and politicians would not be good for someone whose whole career depends on being in the spotlight. The trouble started when Kimmel made a monologue about the recent death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, and what he thought was sharp political humor came across to many as badly timed and insensitive since family, friends, and supporters were still grieving. Within hours, backlash poured in from all sides, with people saying his comments showed no compassion or respect. ABC quickly stepped in to calm things down and, in a surprising move, announced that Jimmy Kimmel Live would be taken off air indefinitely, without saying when or if it would return. For a show that has been a main part of late-night TV for more than 20 years, this sudden stop felt like a shockwave. The strongest criticism, however, came from ABC's own side when Nexstar Media Group, which runs many of the network's local stations, released a tough statement showing just how serious the backlash had. Mr. Kimmel's comments about the loss of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our national political discourse, and we do not believe they reflect the spectrum of opinions, views, or values of the local communities in which we are located. They said, letting Mr. Kimmel keep a broadcast platform in the communities we serve is just not in the public's best interest right now, and we have made the difficult decision to preempt his show, in an effort to let cooler heads prevail as we move toward the resumption of respectful, constructive dialogue. But to really understand why Stallone celebrated Kimmel being fired and reacted the way he did, we need to go back to where their conflict began. The spark, as the story goes, was a canceled talk show appearance. Stallone was supposed to be on Jimmy Kimmel Live to promote the family Stallone and Tulsa King, which was special since he rarely does late-night interviews. Fans were excited to see Hollywood's toughest star talk about his career and family life, but according to reports, Kimmel had other plans. Sources claimed he personally pushed ABC to cancel Stallone's appearance because of political differences. Instead of staying professional, Kimmel let his bias show and then took it further on air by making sharp jokes about Stallone's views, which felt less like comedy and more like a personal dig. The condescending tone didn't sit well with viewers, and fans quickly reacted. Social media blew up with outrage, and Kimmel's name was trending within hours. Many called it career-ending, with one user tweeting, "Disrespecting Stallone? That's a mistake you can't recover from." Another wrote, "Stallone built his legacy on hard work and respect. Kimmel is tearing his down with pettiness." Hashtags like Tiger cancel Kimmel and I respect Stallone spread fast, and even casual viewers piled on, saying his jokes weren't funny, just mean. Clips of the segment went viral, and the comments were brutal, with people calling it bitterness disguised as comedy. For many, this moment summed up everything wrong with late-night TV today. Too much politics, not enough real entertainment. Media critics soon joined in, with one article calling it a textbook example of how late-night shows push audiences away, while another said it exposed deep cracks in traditional TV. Kimmel's attack on Stallone didn't just miss the mark, it backfired badly. ABC executives felt the heat as Jimmy Kimmel Live's ratings took a sharp dive. Not just a small dip, but a major drop that sent the network scrambling. Already struggling to compete with podcasts, YouTube shows, and other on-demand entertainment, the sudden fall was a big blow. In desperation, ABC reportedly reached out to Stallone, not only to apologize, but to beg. They offered him rare, unrestricted airtime on Jimmy Kimmel Live, promising he could say whatever he wanted, something almost unheard of on a network show. They even hinted at future collaborations to make the offer more appealing. One insider admitted that losing Stallone only made Kimmel look worse. But Stallone wasn't interested. He saw the offer as nothing more than desperate damage control, not real respect. His team made it clear this wasn't about making peace. It was about saving Kimmel's reputation and slowing down the ratings crash, but Stallone wanted nothing to do with it. Fans cheered his decision, with one post saying, "Good for Stallone. They only want him back because the money's drying up," while others called the apology too little. Too late, insisting Stallone was right to walk away. Meanwhile, behind the scenes at ABC, chaos was unfolding as producers scrambled to find replacement guests. But even big names were reportedly turning down invitations, and actors with different political views were avoiding the show completely, a clear sign of how desperate the network had become. Stallone, however, isn't just any actor. He's a legend. From Rocky to Rambo, he spent decades inspiring audiences with stories of grit, resilience, and unstoppable determination. To many, Stallone represents the American dream, a man who rose from humble beginnings to become one of Hollywood's most respected icons. His characters aren't just action heroes, they reflect the struggles of everyday people, and that's why Kimmel's mockery felt so harsh. "Stallone's movies taught me to never quit," one fan tweeted. What has Kimmel ever done besides talk trash about people? Rocky got knocked down but always got back up. Kimmel's career is on the mat and nobody's counting for him to rise. Social media exploded with hashtags like Respect Stallone and No Fire Kimmel, and memes spread everywhere, often showing Stallone's iconic training montages next to unflattering shots of Kimmel. One viral post said, "Stallone inspires millions. Kimmel inspires channel changing." For many, this wasn't just about one joke. It was about respect. Stallone has always treated fans with dignity both on and off screen, while Kimmel's jokes came across more like personal attacks than comedy. Even casual viewers joined the criticism, with one comment reading, "You don't mock a guy like Stallone? He's Hollywood royalty. Kimmel's not even in the same league." After years of declining viewership, Jimmy Kimmel Live, once a reliable staple of late-night entertainment, now feels like it's circling the drain, and audiences say they're simply tired of the endless political rants. Instead of sticking to lighthearted comedy, Kimmel often dove into divisive topics, pushing away viewers who simply wanted to laugh, and that's why it makes sense he was let go today.